Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Mathematic Girls Swati 3226. So I'm back with another video, and this video is basically on Bodmas. So this topic is very important. Again, it is also one of my favorites. So yes, Bodmas. Like here I'm solving these questions. If you're preparing for any competitive exams like SSC and some banking exams and a lot of exams where Bodmas is included. So yes, this video is for you. So I have taken all the basic questions as well as some advanced questions as well. So if you want to see the advanced questions, I want you to see, I want you to watch this video till the end. So yes. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and keep supporting me. So okay, let's start with the rule. Okay, Bodmas rule. So let me first tell you what is the meaning of Bodmas. Okay, and then of course we will start with the uh, questions. So here the meaning of Bodmas. B means bracket. Okay, B means bracket. O here is the order. We also sometimes use this as order or also off. Okay, order here is like solving the square root, solving some exponent, solving the power term, like all those things. D is of course very much obvious, it is division. And then we have M, that is multiplication. Okay, that is multiplication. Next is addition. And the last one, the least preferred is subtraction. Now, when I said it is the least preferred, you should understand this thing here, that from top to bottom, the priority, the priority level decreases. Okay, so the most prior thing here is the bracket. That means we just prefer bracket first. Okay, the number one, and then we prefer order or off, and then we prefer division, then multiplication, then addition, and then subtraction. So this is the order. Now talking about bracket, in bracket also we have some types. For example, the first one is called bar bracket. For example, we have a question like 4 minus 3, and on top of it, it is a bar. You can see here that 4 minus 3, subtraction, the least preferred, but still because it is having a bar bracket, this one will be the most preferred one. Okay, don't worry, I'll take an example where the bar bracket is also involved. So from that video, you will understand it. So the out of brackets, the most preferred one is the bar bracket. And then we have the small bracket that we also call as parenthesis. And then we have the curly bracket. And then we have the big bracket. Okay. So this was the very basic thing which I covered in almost 2 minutes only. So yes, this is it. You should know about these things only. Of course, there is a history about Bodmas as well. So if you want to know who has invented Bodmas, please Google it and check who has invented Bodmas. Okay, so let's start with the first question. And the first question, as you can see here, is 4 times 2 minus 3. This is a very simple question. 4 times 2. Of course, here we have two operations, multiplication and subtraction. Of course, multiplication will be preferred first because that is on the top. So multiplication you have to do first. So 4 times 2 is 8. And then minus 3, the answer is 5. Next is 5 plus 2 times 7. Again, out of addition and multiplication, multiplication is preferred first. So it is 5 plus 2 times 7 is 14. So 14 plus 5 is 19. Remember, here the order is very important because if I use this order, I got 19. Imagine you are using another order. Like 5 plus 2 first you are doing, that is 7. And 7 times 7, that is 49. That is different from 19. So that will be wrong also. So that is why 19 is the answer. Now here 2 plus 3 times 2, it is very simple. Again, 2 plus 3 times 2 is 6. So 2 plus 6 is 8. Now next we have 4 times 3 plus 5, of course, multiplication. So 4 times 3, 12. And 12 plus 5 is 17. I'm doing all these questions very quickly so that I can take the difficult ones. So 11 minus 3 times 2, that is 11 minus, as it is 3 times 2 you have to do first, that is 6. Now 11 minus 6 is 5. Now these basic questions I have taken for those who who has not understood Bodmas properly. Okay, so yes, basic questions are also very important. We should not underestimate the basic questions. So let's start with the next one. Here we have three operations: multiplication, plus, and then again multiplication. So basically two operation only. So you have to solve the multiplication first. So 3 times 5 is 15, and then plus 2 times 4 is 8. Or if you want, you can do 2 times 4, 8, and then 3 times 5, 15. That is almost same. So now this is 15 plus 8, that is 23. Next, 12 divided by 2 plus 5. So here we have two operation, division and addition. Of course, division will be preferred. So 12 divided by 2 is 6, and then plus 5, and that is 11. Next, we have 12 plus 8 divided by 4. So clearly we can see here that we have two operations, plus and division. So division we have to do, of course, first. So that is 8 divided by 4. 12 plus as it is, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 12 plus 2 is 14. Next, we have 20 minus 16 divided by 2. Very simple again. 20 minus 16 divided by 2 we have to do first because division is in the top. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So 20 minus 8 is 12. Next, we have with two operations, division and subtraction. So let's do this. 30 divided by 2 is 15. Minus 18 divided by 3 is 6. So it is 15 minus 6, which is 9. So we are done with already 10 questions. Now let's move to the next question, and that is test 2. So here you can see that we have 3 in bracket 7 plus 2. Remember, here it simply means 3 times 7 plus 2, okay? But still here we are not going to solve the multiplication part first because we have, the most preferred one, which is the bracket. So bracket we have to solve first, and that is 7 plus 2 you have to solve. And then that is 7 plus 2 is 9. So you have already solved the bracket part. So you can write down the number, which is 7 plus 2, 9. 3 times 9 is 27. Now next we have again the same thing, 5 times. You have to solve the bracket part first because of course bracket is on the top one, right? 6 minus 4 is 1, and then this is 5 times 1 is 5. Now next we have 2 times 10 minus 2 multiplied by 3, okay? So here, of course, we have to solve the bracket part first. But in bracket also we have two operations, minus and multiplication, minus and into, right? So of course we have to do the times first, the multiplication part first. So that is 10 minus 2 times 3 is 6, so that is 6. Now if you simplify this further, it will become 2 times 10 minus 6 is 4, so the answer is 8. Now next one we have 21 minus 3 times. We have to solve the bracket first. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So it is 3. So this will become 21 minus 3 times 3 is 9. So 21 minus 9 is 12. Next, we have 2 times 2 plus 3. So we have to solve the bracket part first. As you know, this will become 2 times. 2 plus 3 is 5. So 2 times 5 minus 7. Now here, don't do 5 minus 7. Of course, multiplication should be preferred here. So 2 times 5 is 10. And then 10 minus 7 is 3. Next, we have 3 times 4 minus 2 times 5 minus 2. So let us write down 3 times 4 as it is because I don't want you to get confused here. Solve the bracket part first. So that will become 2 times 5 minus 2 is 3. Now you can solve the multiplication first. So 3 times 4 is 12 and 2 times 3 is 6. So 12 minus 6 is 6. Now next we have 7 times 3. So it is almost the same. So I can do 7 times 3, 21 here. And then 5 times 4 minus 2 is 2. So it is the same thing, right? Because if I just write down 7 times 3, in the next step, I will be writing 21 only. So I have written 21 here only. So this will become 21 minus 5 times 2 is 10. So 21 minus 10 is 11. Now next, very simple, 5 times 4, 20 and 2 times 6, 12. So 20 minus 12 is 8. Next is again very simple, 4 times 9, 36 minus 2 times 8 is 16. So 36 minus 16 is 20. Now the next one is 4 times. In bracket, we have 5 times 3 minus 10. So of course, we have to do the multiplication part first. That is 5 times 3, 15. And then minus 10. And that will become 4 times 15 minus 10 is 5. So that is 20. So we are done with the test 2 also. Let's come to the test 3. Okay, so these are very simple. So I'll be little faster here. So yeah, 4 times 3, 12 plus 6, 18, because you have already understood the order. 5 times 7, 35 plus 8, that is 43. Now the next one is 4 times 3, 12 plus 9, and that is 21. Next is 9 times 5, 45. 45 plus 12 is 67. Next is very simple. We just have to add it. So 7 plus 2 plus 3, that is 12, right? It's 12. Yeah, 12. Next is 9 plus 4 times 9. So you have to do here 4 times 9 first. So 9 plus as it is, 4 times 9 is 36. And of course, 36 plus 9 is 45. Next is very simple. It's all multiplication. So 6 times 4 times 2, that is 48. Because 6 times 4 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. Remember, it is not important that you have to go in this only. If you want, you can also do 4 times 2, 8. And then 8 times 6, 48. If you want, you can also do 6 times 2, 12. And then 12 times 4, 48. Okay. Because multiplication is basically, associative. Like it satisfies the associative property. So that is why you can follow any order. Now here we have 8 plus 6 times 3. So here we have two operations, plus addition, that is, and another one is multiplication. So we have to do the multiplication part first, and that is 8 plus 6 times 3 is 18. So 8 plus 18 is 26. Now the next one, we have 8 plus 7 times 2. That is again very simple. So you have to do 8 plus 7 times 2 is 14. So it is 14. And then we have 14 plus 8. That is 22. Next, we have 12 plus 3 times 7. That is 12 plus 3 times 7 is 21. And this is clearly 33. So we are done with the test 1, test 2, and test 3. Let's go to the test 4. And that is another set. Okay, so we have -3. Okay, so this is a negative number, -3, an integer. And then times 6 times 4, which is 24. So of course you have to solve that first. And here -3 times 24, you simply have to multiply 24 times 3. So yes, you have to multiply this, and the answer is 72. But there is minus sign that will come, because we know that minus into plus is minus. That is why it is minus. So remember the rule, minus into plus is minus. Plus into minus is minus. Minus into minus is plus. And I don't need to write down plus into plus. It is, of course, plus. Now let's do the next question. 3 times 4, 12, because that is in bracket. And then minus 2 times minus 8, which is minus 16. Now this you have to solve. So 12 minus into minus is plus. So it is plus 16. Now this is 28. Now the next is 7 plus 3 is 10. 1 second. So the next one is 7 plus 3. Of course, that is in brackets. So you have to solve that first. Minus 2 times 6, 12. So 10 minus 12. Okay, this one is minus 2. Okay, there is a rule also to solve these integers. So for that, I'll make another video. I hope you have understood this. If you have not understood, I'll make a separate video on this, and then you can understand. Also, I have made a lot of shorts, so I think I have included this somewhere in my shorts. So yes, you can refer to my shorts. Next is minus 7 plus 3. Again, this is an integer. So I can just tell you here in short that if we have the same operation, we have to add. If we have the different operation, we have to subtract. Okay. So here we have the different operation, minus and plus. So you have to subtract. So 7 minus 3 is 4. Now, what is the sign? The sign, the final sign will be basically the number which is bigger and the sign before that. So of course, 7 is a bigger number out of 7 and 3. And the sign before the bigger number is minus. So it is minus. And then times 3 plus 4 is 7. Now, minus 4 times 7 is, of course, minus 28. Now, next question is minus 8 minus 2. Same operation, like same sign. So we have to add this. So minus 8 minus 2 will become minus 10 because we have to add it. So I added 8 plus 2, 10. And the sign will be the bigger number, the sign before the bigger number. So that is 8. And the sign before that is minus. And then plus 7 minus 4 I can see here. So basically we should not write down like this. You have to put a bracket over here. So this will become 7 minus minus 4. So minus into minus is plus, so that is plus 4. And now if you want to solve this, so this is minus 10 plus 7 plus 4 is 11, and minus 10 plus 11 is 1. Now next is 9 plus 2, which is 11, minus 6. Minus into minus is plus, so 1. And this will become simply 11 plus 1, 12, and 12 minus 6 is 6. Next is minus 4 plus minus 3 times minus 4. So simply you can solve this part first. So minus 4 as it is, plus minus is minus 3. And then that you have to keep in bracket only and then multiply it by minus 4. Now if you simplify minus 4 minus 3, it is minus 7 times minus 4. Now it is minus into minus. Of course, that is going to be plus 28. All right. Now we are almost towards the end of these questions, not towards the end of this video, because I have some complicated questions as well. So now next question is 6 times 4 minus 13. So if you do 4 minus 13, it is basically minus 9. So this will become minus 54. Now next is 7 times 8 plus 12. So of course 8 plus 12 is 20. So 7 times 20 minus 3. Now you have to simplify here. 7 times 24, so that is 140. And 140 minus 3 is 137. Now the next the next question is 8 times 2 minus 5. That is 8 times 2, 16. And 16 minus 5 is 11. And we are done with these questions. We have covered 40 questions here. Okay, that's not an easy task. So, okay, very good. You have managed to watch the video till here. Now let's go to the next question. As I said, the next question is going to be some complicated question. So let me share the first question with you. So I'll just go one by one. So the very first question is very simple, not very difficult at all. So one moment, let me share the question. So we have to evaluate where 4 operations are almost involved. All right, so this is the question. Evaluate, okay, I can make it a little bigger. Yes. So we have to evaluate this. So let's start with the solution. Of course, you have to solve here the bracket first because we know Bodmas rule. So the rest thing write down as it is. Okay. Earlier, those 40 questions, those were very simple because we had only 2 operations, mostly 2 operations involved, but here more than 2 operations are involved. So this is very important to solve these questions step by step if you are doing this for the very first time. If you are pro in this, you can just do it in one step also. So yeah, so this will become 2 plus 4 divided by, you have to solve the bracket first, that is 22 plus 6, and 22 plus 6 is 28 times 2. And now this, if you simplify, of course, you can see here that we have a division sign. That means you have to do the division first. So 2 times 4 divided by 28. That means I can write down this as 4 upon 28. It means the same thing. And then times 2. Now, of course, 4 upon 28, if you want, you can write on the simplified form as well. That is 1 upon 7 because it is 4 times 7, 28. And then times 2. Now, of course, you have to multiply this first. So 1 times 2 is 2 and then upon 7. Now, after this, of course, it is very simple. You can take an LCM. So 7, this will become 14 and this is 2. So the answer is 16 upon 7. Okay. This was not difficult at all. This was just, 3 to 4 steps involved. Now let's do the next question. Okay. So next question is, I'll increase the level of difficulty step by step, just the way I'm doing these questions. So one second. Okay, so this is the next question. All right, so let us solve this. So in this, we have bracket. Inside the curly bracket, we have some operations. So out of these operations, of course, we have to give the priority to division. So 15 times as it is, 32 divided by 2. Of course, you know how to divide 32 divided by 2. It is simply 2 times 1 is 2, and then it is 12. So 2 times 6 is 12. And that is 16. And then, of course, times 5 and then divided by 75. So I'm going to write down it in a very, like if you want, you can do this part in the rough. So it is 15 times 16 times 5 divided by 75, right? So I can simplify this. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 1 is 5, 7 minus 5 is 2, so 5 times 5 is 25. Now this is 15, and this is 15. Yeah, the answer is 16. That's the answer. Okay, let's move to the next question. Now I'll try to write down the question here only because it will take time if I'm doing the copy and paste. So yeah. This is our next question, and in the next question we have to simplify 5 times, 5 times 2 times 3 raised to 4 and then divided by 6 plus 7 minus 8. This is the question. So let us simplify this. Very simple. Once again, it is just one power is involved. So of course, that part you have to solve first. So it is very simple. So 5 times 2 times 3 raised to 4 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That is 81. And then, of course, divided by 6 plus 7 minus 8 as it is. Don't do any, calculation over here. Just go step by step. Now, this will become 5 times 2 times 81. It is very simple. It is 162, right? Yes. And then divided by 6 plus 7 minus 8. Now, out of all these, we have to do the division first. So 5 times as it is 162 divided by 6. So if you do this, 6 times 2 is 12. And then it is 4. So 6 times 7 is 42. So it is 27. And then, yeah, and then plus 7 and then minus 8. Now, of course, multiplication you have to do first. So if you solve this 27 times 5, the answer is 135. Okay. And then plus 7, then minus 8. Now, 135 plus 7 is 142. And 142 minus 8 is 134. So this is the answer. Now, let's go to the next question. And that is, let me go down. And yeah, this is the next question. The next question we have to solve 2 of 5 divided by 5 plus 3. So here we have this term of, okay, in Bodmas, oh, that means of as well. That comes before D. That means that comes before division. So you have to solve your of part first. So 2 of 5, that means you have to multiply this of many times. So 2 times 5, that is, if you want, you can solve it directly. Don't write down the multiplication sign and do it in the next step. No, 2 of 5 is 10 because you just have to multiply this. So yes, this is 10 and then divided by 5 and then plus 3. Here, now do the division part first, which is 10 divided by 5, which is 2, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So 5 is the answer. Well, okay, we are doing very good. Now the next question I'll be doing, I'll be showing you the question because it will take a lot of time if I start writing it. So yeah, here we have a bar bracket involved. So it's very important to do this question now. So let's start with the solution. Can you see that I'm increasing the level of difficulty step by step? So let's start. So we have a big bracket, we have a curly bracket, we have a parenthesis as well. So let's start with the solution. We have to solve the smaller bracket first. So write down the rest as it is. In the smaller bracket, we have 125 times. Of course, we have to solve the bar bracket first. So 33 divided by 11, it's very simple. It is 3. And then plus 2, and then the bracket, and then the rest questions as it is. Rest numbers as it is. Don't make any changes. Don't do any calculation here. Now, next step, we will be solving the smaller bracket, the parenthesis, which is 125 times 3. So if you simplify this, it will become 375. That is 375 plus 2. That is 377. So that much I can write down because now you are like you have also understood how I'm doing it. So it is 377 times 34. Oh, this is difficult. So it is 377 and then times 34 and then divided by 493. So here, now the smaller bracket is done. So you just need to put the curly braces and then divided by 493 and then times 1 upon 2. Now, of course, you have to do this part first. So 377 times 34. Let's do it quickly here. 377 times 34. So it is 4 times 7, 28. 8 carry 2, 0, 3, 12, 15, 21, 2, 21.3, 3, 2, 9, and 11. Oh, that is too much. So I'm getting the answer 12,818 divided by 493 times 1 upon 2. Okay, now I'm going to use the calculator because I'm expecting everyone know here how to do the division, so I can do it directly. So if you divide 12,818 divided by 493, it is 26. Okay, division part, please guys, you can do it on your own. 26 times half, that is same as 26 divided by 2, and the answer is 13. So this is the answer. Now let's go to the next question. I'm not sure how many questions I have solved, but I can surely tell you that we are doing more than 50 questions. Okay, so now let's do a question where the fractions are there. So the question is 1 upon 2 times 2 upon 3 divided by 7 upon 3 plus 1 upon 2. Okay, I just want to do something. I want to tell you the answer of this question. The answer is 9 upon 14. Let's see whether we are getting 9 upon 14 or not. So let's start with the solution. So of course, here division part you have to do first. So 1 upon 2 times 2 upon 3 as it is. Now there is a rule, okay, when we divide, that you can change this division sign to multiplication because division is actually, the opposite of multiplication. So division sign you have to change to multiplication, but the next fraction you have to reciprocate. What is the meaning of reciprocate? Of course, the top part is called the numerator, the bottom part is called the denominator. So that you have to reciprocate. That means the numerator will become denominator, which is 7, and the denominator will become numerator, that is 3. Okay, and then plus half. Now, if you want, you can solve this part first. So that is, of course, 1 upon 2 times 2 upon 7 plus half. So 2 will get cancelled. So we have 1 upon 7 plus 1 upon 2. If you simplify this, it is 14. This is 2 and this is 7. So it is 9 upon 14. Yes, we got the same answer, 9 upon 14. That means we are correct. Okay, now we can do the next question. The next question I'm going to show you the picture. I'm not going to write down for you. Let's start with the next question. Okay, we are almost towards the end. Keep on watching. Okay, this is the next question. So we have to evaluate this. So let's understand how we can do this. So simply, we have to simplify this by, looking at the Bodmas rule. So of course, this part you have to do first, right? Okay, no, that part you don't have to do first. You have to do this part first because we have bracket before off, right? So you have to solve 18 minus 6 first, that is 12. And then now you have to keep it as it is. You don't have to solve this first. Plus 72 minus 12 divided by 3 of 2, you can solve this. Okay, it is like almost in the same step only, but yeah, that will be okay. So 3 of 2, that means 3 times 2, that is 6. And now both are big brackets, so you can solve either way. 12 divided by 4 is 3 plus, here it is 72 minus 12 divided by 6, which is 2. So we are getting this answer 3 plus 72 minus 2, which is 70. And 3 plus 70 is 73. 73 is the answer. Okay, so I just want to tell you that I have a lot of other questions as well, but I think the video is too long, so I will stop now. And yes, these are the questions I did for you. I had basically, kept all these questions with me so that I can, solve these questions. So yes, if you have watched the video till here, thank you so much, first of all. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and keep watching. Thank you.